Hi, Metro District. I'm Mike Plunket. I'm the new district superintendent. I have been the lead pastor at Risen King Church for 22 years prior to becoming the district superintendent. And many years ago, I was challenged that there were very few, if any, churches that were led by prayer. That prayer was the work of the church where we heard from God together, we listened to God, we spoke to God together. And so when I went to Risen King, I just said, here's the plan that I have. I have a plan that we're going to learn to pray together. We're going to learn to hear from God together. We believe that if we hear from God together, He'll reveal His plans to us. And as He reveals His plans, He has people who are being touched by the Spirit in our community, who are being led in such a way to seek God and to have a hunger for God. There are people who are being positioned as workers. The Lord Himself said, pray the Lord of the harvest to thrust forth laborers, because the harvest fields are white unto harvest. So we believed Him for that. And then we realized that if we heard from God and we had His plan, then He would always have provision for anything that He had given us a vision for. So we felt like those things worked together, but in some ways it was recognizing that I had to learn how to pray. And then I had to learn how to lead prayer meetings or facilitate prayer meetings where people began to get confidence that they were hearing from God. They were experiencing His manifest presence in such a way that He was revealing plans and making His will known to them. And so a part of that was years of preparation and praying with other leaders and praying with my wife and learning how to hear from God for myself, and then how to help other people hear from God for themselves. Part of what inspired me is the one thing that the disciples asked: teach us to pray. And my mentor in prayer used to say, you can ask that same question or that same thing of Jesus every day of your life, and there will be new things all of your life that He will teach you on how to pray. And so, Lord, teach us to pray, I think, is foundational for seeing what the Spirit wants to do in the Metro District. And so as we think about this aspect of, Lord, teach us to pray, Jesus taught with great authority. Jesus did miracles and signs and wonders. Jesus delivered people from demonic opposition. And yet the disciples didn't say, teach us how to do those things. They said, teach us how to pray. So they must have understood that all those other things that we long to see happened in Jesus' ministry because of His prayer life. And out of Jesus' prayer life with His Father, deliverance took place, miracles took place, salvations took place. All the things we want to see happen because of Jesus' intimate connection with His Father. And He invites us to ask Him, teach us to pray. And so as a district, I'd like for us to be people that are committed, hungry to learn how to pray like Jesus prayed. In some ways, I don't really want to measure your prayer life or my prayer life by how long we pray or how loud we pray or how emotional we get when we pray. I'd like to measure it by the results. Because if you're praying aright, Jesus says the answers will come. Think about the promises. If you abide in me, Jesus said, and my word abides in you, you can ask whatever you will and it shall be done for you. Even simple truths like this, if you ask anything in accordance with His will, it shall be done. And so there are these precious prayer promises that lead to incredible and extraordinary results if we learn how to pray. And there's something that's special about when we pray together. If two or more of you agree as touching anything, I will do it, is the promise of Jesus. And so we're looking at this and saying, as I begin this term as district superintendent, let's take Jesus up on that. Let's take Him up on His promises. Let's expect and ask for extraordinary results And so we're doing these district prayer gatherings, times of vision together at various places all over the district beginning in September. And I'm inviting you to come and be a part of that. We want to learn how to pray together, but we also wanted to express our faith and activate our faith in prayer. And we want to hear each other's hearts, because as we hear each other's hearts in prayer, we hear God's heart for our district, for our churches, for the individuals. More is possible. And so we want to see what more God has for us as we gather together and pray together in September.